Pareja.
A pattern. A pattern is like a patrón.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a good word. Is patrón.
Would,
Would you mind
would you mind
Uh-huh.
if
if
I
if
We have this. Would you mind if I? And so it is really important to see that this is asking permission. Think of the function, people. You are asking for permission. Would you mind if I did something? You are asking for permission. Like, an, another way to say this is, who is closing the window? In this example, who closes the window? Who closes the window?
I.
That's exactly right. If you want someone else, if you want another person to close the window, would you mind closing the window? And this is how you can ask someone else. Would you mind calling? Would you mind calling Mike and telling him telling him cualquier cosa? Would you mind calling Mike and telling him the date of the party? Gosh, it's so long. And look at the question. It's really important here, this question. It is a question. So they all have a question mark. That's another something to notice as a pattern. They all have a question mark. You're asking a question.
Kevin, I'm always in progressive.
That's exactly right. And I was going to say, what is the difference? And yes, it's in progressive. And because it's in progressive, that's how you know you're asking someone else to do it. Who's closing the window in this example? You.
The,
In this one, it's me. And would you mind closing the window is asking you. Or a perfect example would be, would you mind giving us more homework? Would you? Yeah.
Mind gives us more homework.
Yeah, would you mind giving? And so you can
Okay,
see that,
nice.
right? And it sounds super cool. It sounds
Yeah.
super cool.
This is our sentence for Lady and I. Our favorite.
I think I think you know what? I think you should do here. I have a plan. I think you guys should write on WhatsApp every day on WhatsApp in the morning and say, Kevin, would you mind giving us homework? And I will respond, oh my God, they are so polite. They speak such, I would love to and be so happy. Like, please let me go do it right now. Wow, you are so polite. And
Kevin,
yeah.
I want to practice. Would you mind telling me how do you say tengo la conciencia tranquila?
Tengo la conciencia tranquila. Bueno, hay que traducirlo, pues no puede ser literal directamente una traducción palabra por palabra, pero tengo la conciencia tranquila, like, déjame pensarlo. So you're saying like you feel clean, que no hay culpa, que no te sientes culpa. Algo sucedió. Y mira cómo el contexto es tan importante. Es un muy buen ejemplo de la función del idioma, ¿ok? Algo sucedió, pero tú no te sientes culpa. I have a clean conscience. It is. I have a clean conscience. Conscience.
Conscience.
Conscience.
I have a
Conscience.
clean conscience.
How do you spell conscience?
Conscience. Conscience.
Conscience? Conscience?
Check this out. How do you spell conscience?
Conscience. C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C-E.
Yes. English spelling's hard, but it's like, yeah, I have a clean conscience.
Conscience? Conscience?
Conscience.
Yes. And it is,
Conscience.
yes, conscience.
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 Conscience. And
Conscience.
yes.
Conscience.
And that's different than he was hit in the head. Now he is unconscious. I wasn't conscious. Unconscious. How do you spell unconscious?
Unconscious. U-N-C-O.
I knew it. Unconscious. Mm.
Kevin, your, I don't know in English, is diction?
Uh-huh.
Your diction is excellent because Google never understand me when I always listen other things. Yeah, I tell, I Google, no sé, tal cosa. Y,
That'll be super funny.
yeah, es como, tal cosa, una cosa.
That'll be super funny.
Practice reading sentences in chocolate. Yeah, in chocolate.
Okay, can you tell me how to make a polite request with these two examples?
Would you mind if I wanted to speak with John?
If I speak with John.
Spoke.
Spoke, yeah, spoke.
Yeah, and if you see that is another patrón, we have would you
Yeah.
if I más
Okay.
el pasado simple.
Yeah. Always
Mm-hmm. And with this one, it
simple
is
past.
the ing
Simple
or
past.
ing.
And always. Kevin, I am taking notes in English.
Super. You should take notes every day, all the time in English. Absolutely. And if you have to search for something on Google or YouTube, like how to get a wine stain out of clothes, or how to fix something in the office, or how to write a document, search for everything in English.
Okay.
How would you say the second example?
Would you mind would you mind speaking with John?
Excellent. Notice how this is really important. There's a question mark and a capital letter. You need a capital letter and a question mark. It is super, super important. Very important. People will judge you by your spelling. When you write an email, they will judge you. In Spanish in Colombia, it's not that important. An email in Colombia will look like this. You know, like please send the document to Jorge. And it'll be like not a period, just like this. But in English, it's really important in a professional way that you always have capitals and periods. Punctuation and spelling is really, really, really important. People will judge you on your spelling. Okay, I have a situation for you. Let's put this to another test. I'm going to give you a situation. Joan is lost in the middle of the city. She doesn't, she's lost in the middle. She needs to find a bus station. She sees a city worker and asks him for help. What does she say?
Yeah, is lost in the middle of the city. She needs to find a bus station. She sees a city worker and asks for
What could
would,
she say?
oh, would you mind saying me or sorry, say, or explaining me? Explain.
Is he going to
Explain.
is he going to explain? Like explain?
Explain.
Maybe
Would you
the
mind
maybe the
sorry.
first thing you would say is, would you mind helping me?
Okay. Yeah.
Or you could say, would you mind telling me
how I can how I
how to get to a bus station?
or to find is okay to find a bus station.
Would you mind finding?
No. Would you mind telling me how to find to bus station?
Well, then you're asking him to like tell you how to find. Like, and you're really not helping, he's really not telling you how to find it. You just need him to tell you where it is. So really, it sounds to me, to my ear, this sounds really weird. Would you mind telling me where it is? The how to find it seems strange. So I would just say,
Okay.
would you mind telling me how to, you could say how to get, because you're telling me how to arrive. Would you mind telling me how to get to a bus station? Yeah, those would be good examples. What about, it's fiesta time in Colombia and your neighbors are playing loud music very late at night every day, every night. What do you say about the bulla?
Uh,
What would you say?
¿Cómo es? Bajarles turn up? No.
Turn down.
Turn down.
Uh-huh. To turn
Would you
down.
mind?
Turn up, turn down, turn up, turn down.
Okay. Would you mind turning down to the
Yes,
music?
exactly.
Okay.
And sometimes this is so common that someone, if they're really bravo, they would just say, would you mind? Would you mind? And like, and it insinua, it insinuates, like, hey, would you mind? because it's obvious, the problem. If the problem's obvious, you can just simply say, would you mind? But yes, you can
Okay.
say, would you mind or would you not mind? Okay. Okay, let's learn 2 more. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Questions. Questions? Going once. Go 5. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't understand good. What is the meaning of would you mind? It's
It doesn't mean anything. Don't think of it. I mean, don't analyze it word by word. Analyze it as all of this. Would you mind? Todo va juntos. Es una frase. Memorize it como una frase sin palabra por palabra. Because basically, would you
okay.
mind? Would you mind? It means nothing. Would you mind is a function. Would you mind to make a polite request? It's a function. Good question. But yeah, don't think, just memorize it as a chunk. Would you mind? Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. Any other questions?
No.
No.
Okay, we're gonna move on. This is so exciting. We're gonna move on. Do you have another question?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am taking notes.
Obligation. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. Obligation. What is obligation, Lady Joanna?
Must.
Have to.
Have to. Has to.
And today I want to teach you be supposed to. Today I want
to.
be supposed to. And so this one's what we'll look at, be supposed to. When people say it, it's to be supposed to do something. I'm supposed to
Okay. Yeah. Obligation.
I'm supposed to do my homework. I'm supposed to do my homework. And be careful, when people speak, it's pronounced I'm supposed. It's like supposed to. Supposed to, right? Supposed to. Anyway, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to go. Yeah, I'm supposed to.
I'm supposed to.
I'm supposed to.
Supposed to. Some common examples could be the soccer game is supposed to start at 10 a.m. I am supposed to be at the meeting because my boss is on vacation. And do you see how this is obligation? Obligation.
Obligation.
It's an obligation. One more thing. You can use it in the past. It can also be like this. So these are all examples. The soccer game is supposed to start at 10 a.m. I'm supposed to be at the meeting because my boss is on vacation. The children are supposed to clean up their toys after playing. These are all obligations, duties, responsibilities. And if you use it in the past, it means if you use it in the past, it's called an unfilled obligation. Be supposed to. It's an unfilled obligation.
Okay.
It didn't happen. Right? Anytime someone says it in the past, he was supposed to call me. That means it did not happen. Is supposed to start. Am supposed to be. Are supposed to clean up. Was supposed to call me. Mm-hmm. What is something that you are supposed to do at work? What are you supposed to do at work? What are some things that you are supposed to do? I'm supposed to. What are some?
I supposed to do organize the project the project file.
What's the verb? You're supposed to organize. Okay, good.
Organize organizar, sorry, en Spanish.
I am supposed to organize projects.
El archivo del proyecto es project file.
El archivo del proyecto, ¿eso qué
El
es?
expediente, el expediente.
O sea, un documento.
Like a report.
I'm supposed to organize project reports.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a report. Okay, I'm supposed to organize project reports. What about you, Lady Joanna?
I am supposed to send the sales report every Monday.
Perfect. And I'm going to put, instead of the, I'm going to change the article to a, because it's not just one. I'm supposed to send a sales report every Monday. Ah, you guys are doing fantastic. Uh-huh. Well, we have time. Oh, yes. We have time for one more little bit. So remember this was supposed to. Remember this was supposed to, but didn't happen. Was supposed to. And it didn't happen. There's a whole one more part of modal verbs that I want to share with you today called unfulfilled intentions. And if I show you an example, instead of explaining, I'll just show you an example, and I think you will understand. I was going to take the class from home today, but there was so much traffic, I couldn't. So this is an example maybe from today from Lady Joanna. I was going to take the class from home, but there was so much traffic that I couldn't. So do you see how she was planning something, but then it didn't happen?
Yeah.
This is what we call unfulfilled, but there was so much traffic. This is what we call an unfulfilled intention. She was going to go to Paris, but she got really sick. Oh, this is a sad example. I'm sorry. This is a sad example. She was going to go to Paris, but she got really sick. So what patterns do you see? What do you think is the modal verb here? What pattern do you see?
But okay, it was
going
going to
Was going to.
was and but.
Yeah. And it's always the infinitive. Yeah, I was going to go. I was going to take. Plus the simple present. To take. To go. The conjugate to cambiar el tiempo es aquí el pasado. Porque was marca que es pasado. And anytime you say, I was going to, automatically says that it didn't happen. It automatically says it was going to happen but didn't.
And I always sorry.
Go ahead. Hi,
And always use but.
Could you repeat the question?
And I always have to use but.
No. You could say
okay.
No, in some situations, maybe you understand the context. Like, I was going to help, and it's not necessary. But it's like included. Yeah, but is kind of included, really, if you think about it, because it didn't happen. And so it's was going to. I was going to plus the present verb. Now, let's expand your vocabulary a little bit. There's some other options. You can say I was planning to. You can say I was hoping to. You can say I was intending to intend. You can say I had hoped to. You can say I had intended to. You can say I had planned to. You can also say I had thought about. Now there's a lot here, but these are all things that are going to happen really fast. I was going to go, but I couldn't. I was planning to go, but I couldn't. I was hoping to go, but I couldn't. I was intending to go, but I couldn't. The verb is to intend. But now there's this other part here where you can use the past perfect. And I'm just including these here on the list just so that you're aware that it's out there, that you can also use the past perfect and say the same thing. You know, I had hoped to go, but I couldn't. I had intended to go. I had planned to go. I had thought about going. That one's actually with the ing. Okay? Now, the important thing here is that you remember that it's about dun, 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 dun. What do these social modals do? What do they do? Da, 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 da. $1 million question? I'll tell you, they're functions. It's really super important that you realize that when someone says, I was gonna go, What if they don't add the but? Hey, did you go to the party last night? Well, I was gonna go. Te están diciendo que no fue. Que no fue. It's because of the function. And the function of this one we
Okay.
call unfulfilled intentions. These are unfulfilled intentions. What was something you were going to do today, Estela, but didn't? What is something you were going to do today but didn't?
Uh, I I was planning to come back today at my parents' house, but I I couldn't.
Excellent example. That's perfect. One thing that you guys should know, the syntax of English, if you're gonna put the tiempo, like today or yesterday, it goes to the beginning or the end. You can say, today I was planning to go back
Okay.
to my parents' house, or you can say it at the end. You can say, I was planning on going back to my house today. But it sounds
Okay.
really weird to say I was going to go back today to my parents' house.
Okay. Thank
Yeah, but that just comes from Spanish grammar. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you think of another example, or if Lady Joanna, if you can give an example, if you can, let's have some more examples from the group.
Mm, uh,
What would you-
Today I was going to how do you say finca?
Farm.
A farm. Today I was going to go
Good.
to farm
I was going
with
to
my
go.
to farm with my coworkers, but I couldn't. Oh,
Excuse me. Okay, I think you guys. So yeah, we have added to our social modals. I was planning to go back. I was going to go. And it's the double go there. I saw you thinking. It was like going to go. Yeah, double go. So as you know, we in a quick review here, social modals. This is part one. Later we're going to do modals of probability. But social modals are very human. It's about people and relationships. Social modals reveal the speaker's attitude. Like this is more than just like the facts. It's also your personal feelings. And so it's important to know these, to make suggestions, to give advice, to warn people, to show obligation. So must, have to, and today you learned to be supposed to. Remember, supposed to. Supposed to.
supposed
I'm
to
supposed, yeah, I'm supposed to. Supposed to. I'm supposed to. Supposed to.
post that.
So you learned a new one today. Also necessity or lack of necessity. Prohibition, polite request, past intention, and polite request we learned today. So yes, do you have any questions? And if you don't have any questions, the famous question, what did you learn today?
We learned about polite requests.
Give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example. Okay, let me tell you. I don't have a car, and my car broke down, and I need to go to the hospital. So I want to ask you to please take me in your car to the hospital. How would you ask?
um, mm, would you mind if I um, um, if I drove? So I
Uh-huh.
drove
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
drove to leave you to the hospital.
Well, I think you were
Ah,
close.
Would you mind taking me at the
Uh-huh.
hospital?
Would you mind taking me to the hospital? Exactly. Or would you mind if I drove your
I
car?
drove.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Um,
Kevin,
mhm.
but it's always in big. If I don't want ask, I want only. Would you mind taking me to the hospital because my car is broken? Is okay?
Yeah. Would you mind taking me to the hospital?
Okay. Without question. Okay.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No, it's
Thank
always
you.
question.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Would you mind taking me to the hospital? Would you mind taking me to the hospital? Sube un poco. Now, if you only learn one thing today and you don't learn anything and you only learn one thing today, it's this. It's this. Because this is really important in English. Yesterday, someone wrote me and said, "Oh, I'm going to send you a document to read." And it's like, dude, it's rude. You really want to be polite in English. I don't know how to say, like, usamos muchas palabras para pedir algo. And you imagine in la costa de Barranquilla, hey, déjame otra fría, déjame algo, déjame, pásamelo.
I hate that.
But in English, you have to say, bueno, estaba pensando si me podrías hacer el favor de traerme un vaso de agua. Es que, like, it's exagerado, pero así es.
I am like
Yes. And now you are also in English, Estela. Okay, so tell me, what else did you learn today?
mhm.
What else did you learn, my super polite students?
um, social models, uh, obligation,
Uh-huh.
uh, obligation and function.
Mm-hmm. Function is really important. You guys are getting to a level of English where now you need to start thinking beyond just the words. All right? Because until now, you have been thinking about learning verbs, learning vocabulary, and speaking. Now, to get to the next level, you need to be able to be more flexible in the real life situations, in the real world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, also, you learned this word patron is pattern.
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 Uh-huh. I
Uh,
have a clean conscience. This word is conscience conscious. Conscience conscious. I have a
Conscience.
yes, conscience,
conscience.
as in I have a clean conscience, or conscious, as in I was not
Conscious.
conscious of the error, or I was hit in the head and knocked unconscious.
Okay. Conscious.
Uh-huh.
Conscious.
Yeah,
Conscience. I have a clean
that's
conscience.
that's difficult even for me. Okay, so right now, just to conclude the class, thank you so much for a wonderful class. Preview of the future, you'll have the homework we agreed upon. You'll have all of these things to do. Please, if you're reading the little prints, send a message to the WhatsApp group. Use the WhatsApp group, please. I love it that you are talking to each other. I love it. Also, let me be really, really clear about what the objectives are. I want you to be master professionals of the verb tenses, all of the verb tenses. Just because we went through the worksheets one time does not mean that you're a master. You need to review again to be a master of the verb tenses. And now social modals, these take practice. You have to practice these. This is not easy. Okay. Those are what we've done so far with the grammar.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you guys have a wonderful Friday. I'm so happy to share my Friday with you.
Okay. Yeah. I hope to.
Woo woo. Oh, one last thing. One last thing.
But
If
one
you
last thing.
say, would you mind? Si piden así, you can have whatever you want. Literally, if you ask like super polite, really, like literally, I will never say no. I will never say no.
Okay.
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 I'll never say no. Okay, you guys have a great night.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Get
Bye.
some rest.
You too.
Good night. Finally, I arrived home.
Virtuales
Woo!
virtuales más bacano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
Yeah. I agree too.
Hey, we'll have
Yeah. Bye.
bye, you guys. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.